And will it
Hey,
record?
sorry?
Will it record?
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think this is the whole point of it. Hi, everyone. If you've joined us at 3 o'clock, this is Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte, and I'll be talking to Lillian Lartey. So good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this broadcast. This is my first Be Live TV platform, working this platform on my own, because I normally work with my co-host on another Facebook page, Sam Dosa, and he has everything all sorted out. And this is the first time I'm running this on my own. So today we're going to be talking to Lillian Lartey, and she is a health and nutritional well-being coach, fitness trainer, and remedial massage therapist, and runs her own business called I Want My Body Back. I just love that title, Lillian. Thank you so much for being here today. I've got to do a little bit of housekeeping, which is, first of all, I want to remind everybody that I'm going to be doing this live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And this interview slot is all about being you, basically, how you are, how you've come from, your adversity, and now you're being successful. And it's all about supporting. The group itself is all about supporting. Right, let me read my script. I think that's the best thing to do rather than trying to wing it. Okay, so the Live Authentic group, which you're in, because this is where the broadcast is coming from, is all about learning, laughing, living and loving and being you. And this is a place where you can find support and tips on creating a lifestyle that supports your business and celebrates your life purpose by being you. So you notice I put lifestyle that supports your business, because I truly believe that you're not your business. You are more than your business. There's so many facets to you. And the idea with this group is all about creating that lifestyle, complete lifestyle, health-wise, health, body, mind and soul, everything about you that supports your business and celebrates your life purpose. And your life purpose is what you do to serve humanity, basically. Well, that's my thinking anyway. So if you've not met me before, my name is Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte, and I'm known as the Emotional Freedom Specialist and Intuitive Business Coach. And my mission is to help my people move from fear to love, to become the best version of themselves and leave the world better than we found it. So if you're watching this, if you're going to ask you to share the love, tap on whatever you see in terms of sharing, tap on the likes, tap on the hearts or whatever you see there. And if you can hear us, hit the wow or like button, or make a comment to say, hey, I can hear you. And if you put where you're based as well, that will really help us to see how far reaching we're going. And even if you're watching a replay, could you please do that as well? Okay, so and thanks very much for taking part in this broadcast. Okay, so Lillian just disappeared and now she's come back. So we're really looking forward to all your comments. So please put them in the comments box, even if you're watching the replay, as I said. So back to Lillian. I'm so chuffed. Welcome, Lillian. For being
Thank you.
my first guest on the Be Live TV platform. Last time it was Faye Ventures, and she actually helped me to get through this because it was not working. But today, we are on point. We're all hearing, all singing, all dancing, and we're going to have an amazing time. And the reason why I'm doing these interviews is because I just want to keep them really casual, really conversational, and talk to people who are living their dream, their passion, and serving their people to make the world a better place. And Lillian is, Lillian, if you just like to tell us what you do and how you serve your people and the pain you take away from them, and then I can stop waffling as well.
Okay, so depending upon who I speak to, sometimes I say I'm a remedial massage therapist or a fitness trainer or a holistic health coach, and it's all encompassing. I do all of that and the above, and more. Basically, I work in the health, fitness, wellness industry, and I have done for 18 years. And what I do is I help people to feel pain-free and to have healthy, fit, strong, balanced bodies. And as you rightly said, my company's called I Want My Body Back, which came to me divinely one early hours of the morning after seeking God and asking him, what do I call the business name? Because I knew there was going to be a change.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just dropped into my spirit, I want my body back. And it was one of those terms, also I was reminded later, one of those terms that one of my clients used as well. Whenever she would come to see me with back pain or whatever, and she would say, you know what, Lillian, I just want my body back. And I never gave it any second thought until I was in the creation of creating this new platform for the new name and the new style of the business as well. So yeah, it all came to me divinely. So that's what I do in a
Fantastic,
nutshell.
fantastic. I just love it. I really love it. So you're talking about being in the health and wellness industry. Are you coming in from the National Health or being a nurse or something like that? Or
No, how I came into the health and wellness industry is I had previously did martial arts when I was younger, back in my 20s. And then that all went downhill. That's another story for another time. And then I needed something to keep myself fit. So I said, oh, okay, let me go and join my local gym, as you do, go and keep fit. So I went, and one of the instructors gave me a program to do. And within 2 weeks of doing that program, I noticed I started getting sharp pains in my shoulders. Whenever I would do the exercises that he showed me to do, it was really excruciating pain I was getting. So I thought, this is not right. So it just put me off. And then I came in I think it was the following week, and then I saw a different instructor, and I said to her, listen, this guy gave me this program, but every time I use this machine or I do this exercise, I get really excruciating pains here in my shoulders. So she said, let me have a look. She goes, oh, I see what he's done wrong. He's given you too many exercises for one particular area. So she gave me a completely new program, watched me how I did the exercises and everything, and I was really impressed. So I asked her, I said, how did you qualify in the industry? And I was just asking her all these questions. And so it got me thinking, I was thinking, well, how is it that I can come to somewhere which I presumed was a safe place for me to come and get fit and be healthy, but end up being injured? So that's what drove me to become qualified. So I qualified with the YMCA as an exercise to music instructor. Then I followed through with my personal training modules. And then I thought, you know what, I've always wanted to do massage, and massage I know can help people feel better, particularly if they've been injured or they're in pain. So I went off to do my massage qualification. And then since that time, since I think it was 1998, I first qualified, I've been doing a succession of different qualifications in that area of fitness training or health coaching or remedial massage, sort of rehab type of qualifications. And along the journey, having hurt, like previous to becoming qualified, I'd actually, during martial arts, I'd actually injured my back. During a martial arts move, we did a move where we rolled in the air and we were supposed to land on our side. I landed on my lower back and bruised my sciatic nerve. I thought I'd broken my back. I couldn't walk. And from that experience, I hobbled to the doctors and I said to him, what can be done? And I mean, we're talking 20 years ago. And all he said to me was, he didn't even look at me. All he said to me was, oh, just take painkillers. And I said, yeah, but I'm in excruciating pain. He said, well, there's nothing we can do. So I had no referral to any physio or any chiropractor or anything like that.
Oh my gosh.
So I just, through my own intuitive instinct, I said to myself, right, okay, the best I can do is sleep on the floor, which I slept on the floor for about 3 weeks because sleeping in a bed was truly uncomfortable. And I was taking painkillers, but I got to a point where I was like, no, enough is enough of this. I don't want to take painkillers. I want to get back to doing my martial arts. And so slowly but surely, I started to just say, right, I can do, this is the move I can do. I can get up and sit down comfortably. What more can I do? So each day I was challenging myself to be able to get back to moving pain-free, relatively pain-free, until someone said to me, oh, Lillian, take homeopathic arnica, because that helps with internal bruising. So I started to take some of that and found that was helping me. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is good. And then I was able to do more moves and move more pain-free until I was able to get back to doing martial arts again. And and I tell you, after that, and then, like I said, the martial arts kind of went downhill. And then I got qualified as an exercise fitness instructor and then remedial therapist. So with that experience of having bruised my sciatic nerve and then being
Mm-hmm.
qualified to help fix people when they're in pain, I took that with me in terms of building my own business.
Yeah.
So I started working for health clubs, various health clubs like Holmes Place at the time, Esporta, Fitness First, all these big health clubs. I
Mm-hmm.
would do remedial massage therapy. I'd have 3 busy clinics I had in London, as well as
Wow.
going and teaching various classes from spin to aqua to body conditioning. But all my classes had the ethos, and even training personal clients, the ethos that I followed was that we trained in a way that was safe and
Mm-hmm.
effective and in a way that they wouldn't get injured, because I
Yeah.
knew that what I had gone through. So that is what I was teaching my clients as well. So
Yeah.
it was amazing when they would come and see me, even in classes. They would come to classes and they'd be like, oh no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I said, yeah, but if you do that, you're going to get injured, and this is why. So I would
Yeah.
explain to them the pathway of getting injured and the pathway of
Yeah.
training safely but getting the results that they wanted. So my
That's
classes became
fantastic.
really popular as people realized. They thought like, no, she's different. She teaches her classes different, and there's something different about her. So they would
Yeah.
come to the classes, they'd come for their massage treatments and make sure that they are healthy, fit and strong and have a balanced body. And even to this day, when I meet past clients, I'll be like, yeah, I remember you used to teach at such and such. Your classes were fantastic, and I'm still doing what you tell me to do. And, which for me is like, oh, great, and that's what
That's
I still teach today is teaching is training safely and effectively, but getting the results that you want.
fantastic. Fantastic. That's an absolute classic example of you doing your own thing, but
Yeah.
getting there through your own experience. Because I mean, really, the national health should be,
Hmm.
helping people with all the, and you weren't even referred in the first place with your
No,
first set of
at
injuries or
all.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
And because you
nothing.
became so popular with all the health clubs and everything, it shows there's a huge demand for what you're trying to do. Well, what you are doing. It's incredible.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I
So
mean,
what's go on?
I normally find that I get clients who I'm kind of like their last resort.
Okay.
They've spoken to their trainer doesn't know what to do, or they've gone to their doctor, the doctor just says go on painkiller, or they've gone and see some other type of therapist, and either the therapist just has seen them for like 10 sessions and there's no improvement, or
Mhm.
they've just given them a piece of paper with exercises on and said, oh, go on, get on with it. And nothing, and they're like, oh, someone's referred me, they told me to come and see you, or can you help? And I'm like, yeah, of course I can help, because I understand not only about what goes on in the industry, but I
Mhm.
also have a love for the human body. I
Yeah.
always say to people that my first introduction into the industry was when I was about age 6 or 7, because my dad
Okay.
worked in a medical field and he
Right.
always had his medical books on the bookshelf. And whenever we were naughty or made too much noise, my mum would say, go and read a book. But I wouldn't
Okay.
read books of my own age. I would I would be climbing the chair onto the bookshelf and I'd
Yeah.
grab my dad's anatomy book. In fact,
Oh my
I think we've
gosh.
got one of his original books still. And I would just flick through it because I like seeing the pictures of the human body. And
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
fascinated me how it was
Oh
all
my
mended
gosh.
together and fixed, the bones, the skin, the muscles. And I was like, why? How? So
I
going through
totally.
school by,
Yeah, I totally get that because I used to do exactly the same thing. My mum bought, the Encyclopedia Britannica back in the
yes.
day. Yeah, those big volumes. My mum bought an American version from this salesman back in the 70s, and I used to spend hours and hours and hours just reading through all the everything. But the thing I loved was all the biology kind type of stuff, all the medical stuff, all the how the human body is put
Yes.
together, and exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Just totally fascinated. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really. So it's in you.
And
It's in you from an early age. Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah,
when I'm helping people, whether it's to get fitter or healthier or get out of pain, people
mm,
often say, they often tap in and they realize and they say, you've got a gift, and
yeah,
it was something that I hadn't appreciated up until sort of, I would say, this year, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Even though people would say it throughout the years, I'd be like, yeah, yeah, what is a gift, type of thing. I'd be like, no, I'm just doing my thing because I like to see people be healthier, fitter, and out of pain. But it
Hmm.
didn't really hit me until this year that I
Okay.
realized that, because what I had done, I was very naughty, you see, Jennifer.
Okay.
I took a break last year. I took a
All
break
right.
because I didn't want to do massage anymore. I just said,
Okay.
right, that's it, God. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna really focus my attention on just doing the health and the nutrition side of things.
Right.
And during that time, I was working on myself, doing a lot of inner healing, because my dad had died previously, the previous
Okay.
year. So it's 2 years this year. So I was
Oh,
doing a lot of healing, inner healing, undoing stuff, things like
yeah.
that. And then I taught, the lesson was, because I had stopped using my gift, then
Mm-hmm.
everything just went to pot. The
Oh my
money stopped
gosh.
flowing in.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting any clients with this new business venture.
Yeah.
All sorts of things, people were still asking me, oh, do you do massage? I'll be like, no, 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 I don't do that anymore. I'm having I've put it on the shelf now. And it was the second time I'd had a break,
Yeah.
and it wasn't until, because I was also coaching for my previous mentor, helping other health, fitness, wellness professionals build their businesses.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until sort of September, October time that I was praying and I was saying, well, Lord, why is this not happening? Why is this not working? And it was simple as, you're meant to be doing the massage. You're
Yeah.
meant to be
Yeah.
getting people out of pain, as well as
Yeah.
helping them to get healthy, fit, strong bodies. And and
Absolutely.
I and I was like, okay, all right, if this is for real, if I'm supposed to be doing this, I want it evidently clear to me that this is what I
Mhm.
should be doing. I want evidence,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And then what happened was that, I think it was that day, I went to the gym, and then I
Mm.
was just getting dressed. And then one of my old clients came in at the same time, and she goes, oh, Lillian, I'm so glad I saw you. She says, I really need to see you. I was like, why? What's wrong? She goes, I've done my back in. And I was like,
Okay.
I just smiled to myself. She
Okay.
says,
That's yeah.
yeah. I was
That's
just
the
like,
evidence.
okay, I hear you. I hear you. She
Oh my
goes,
gosh.
she's, I need to see you ASAP. I need to book in now. She says, when can I see you? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I hear
Yeah.
you loud and clear.
So what was the actual reason, the reasoning behind you not wanting to do the massage? Because I'm a massage therapist myself, but
Oh.
I found the only reason I started doing it was because my eldest son had asthma, so it was
Mm,
to like really sort of relieve his asthma. So I thought I'd better do it properly. And then once I did that,
mm.
my youngest son was a gymnast at the same time, so I'd help him with all his, his
Ah.
muscles and everything like that. But when I started doing it as a trying to get clients as a profession, it was like I was bored. It's like this is boring me. This is boring me because my energy is like high energy. So
Uh-huh.
I didn't progress that too much. But it's
Mm,
like yeah, it's you have to you go with your flow because when things are in flow. When it's like everything's gelling. And
exactly.
I'm just curious as to know what what was your reason for not doing the massage, and are you happy that you've gone back to the massage and bringing all your gifts to the table, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think basically on the two occasions when I had the break, it was because I was attracting clients who just wanted to de-stress or have a relaxing, nice massage.
All right.
And I'm really someone who, I need to fix people. I'm a
Yeah.
fixer.
Yeah.
And I realized, even though I'd fixed my clients, they were still coming to me for maintenance, but there was nothing to fix. So
Mm.
I was like you, I was getting bored. I was like, yeah, but there's nothing here for me.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
challenge. There's nothing for me to fix. You're fine. Why are you still coming to see me? Type of thing,
Yeah.
And then after a while, I just said no, and I just said I can't touch any more bodies. I don't even if the Queen herself had come to me and said she had a broken shoulder, I would have been like, no, go and see such and such down the road. They'll be able to
Yeah. Yeah.
help
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I was that deterred away from it. And like I said, because of the things that I was going through as well,
Hmm.
that kind of sparked my interest elsewhere.
Yeah.
So and it kind of gave my body a chance to rest. So I
Yeah.
see it as having that break was a chance for my body to rest and heal.
Yeah.
And then when it came to the conclusion that when I was almost at that place of unrest, but at that place of kind of peace enough, silent enough to hear from God clearly that
Yeah.
you're in the wrong place, you're on the wrong path,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
had so many confirmations, Jennifer, through
Yeah.
different teachings that I was listening to, through trainings I'd gone to, about people specifically saying, You need to be in your lane. You need to be on your path. You need
Yeah.
to be where you were destined to be. All of them were just uniformed. And it wasn't until afterwards that I was like, oh my goodness, yeah, maybe I'm off my lane. Maybe I'm off my path. Maybe I'm not doing what I should be doing. And that's when I got to the point I was like, even if I have to go back to massage, I'll do it if that's what I'm meant to be doing. But like
Yeah.
what I said, I need it to be evidently clear to me, and it couldn't have been any clearer. That was
Yeah.
like the last straw on the camel's
Yeah.
back type of thing. My client just coming in saying, Lillian, this is what's happened. I need your help.
Yeah.
You know.
But then your client had a problem for you to fix as well, didn't so now you're on the path of
Exactly.
fixing, and it's not just a leisure relaxation kind of thing. It's like you put the
Yeah.
whole thing together the way that you want it, which is
Yeah.
exactly what because being a coach, being a business coach, and the kind of people that I work with as well is more business people. The more I'm getting, the more clients, what I'm seeing in the whole industry, the whole business arena, is people being more authentic. Even big companies are looking to talk to their client, get to the nitty gritty of the customer. What do the customers really want? Not, oh, we've got this thing and you should buy it because otherwise you're not be cool. It is like, well, what do our customers, we're going to listen to what they really, really need and tailor everything to what they want, and then give them what they want. So it's really being more authentic, getting to that place of, what's real for your client. And then on top of that, it then becomes real for you. It's like it's authentic for you as well, because it's you're in your right lane, you're in your right path, and it's incredible. So let's switch it over to the business side of things now. So your trials and tribulations in business, what's the journey there? I mean, because there is never a smooth path, is there?
Where do you want me to start?
Well, start with your worst experience, your lowest point. Let's start there. The point at which you say, you know what, please, it's either, I'm off this planet, or I've got to go forward because I cannot get any lower. Have you had a moment like that? I'm assuming.
Okay, so my worst, I would say, was burnout.
Okay.
So that was 7 years ago. So as I mentioned, I was running 3 busy massage clinics in London, in and around London. I had umpteen classes, umpteen training clients as well. I was working literally 12+ hour days,
Yeah. Wow.
getting up early hours of the morning, going to bed late at night, and on top of that, having to fit in my own training as well. And
do you have children, family? Do you have any of that?
I don't have children.
Okay.
So it's just me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
But I was exhausted, But it was of that train thought that you have to work hard. You have to work hard to succeed in order to get what it is that you want. And even though in the health fitness industry going into the industry, there was that silent whisper that be careful you don't take on too many classes, or you don't take on too many clients in case you burn out. And you kind of think, because you're energized and everything, you think, oh no, that will never happen to me. So you end up doing 20 classes a week, which you would never, advise your clients to do, and high impact classes at such, and we would do all these crazy things to make money.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, my body, I remember one time I went home, I think I taught in the morning, and then I went home, I was totally exhausted knowing that I had to get up and go and teach in the evening. And I just thought, how can I do this? What is wrong with me? Because my energy levels were really low. I was getting brain fog. I didn't know this at the time, but it was just like, I thought I was going mentally ill, to be honest with you. I thought I was going mentally ill because I couldn't make decisions clearly. I felt exhausted. I didn't want to do anything at all. And no matter what foods I ate, but my energy levels was just rock bottom. So, and on top of that, I was still nursing injuries as well that I picked up along the way. And I was at the point, I was getting disillusioned, and so many things were happening, like classes and everything just was not working out well. So at the end of the day, because numbers were dropping as well in some of my classes, so classes were being taken off me. And, and I was like, what's going on? And clients were going and so many things. So slowly but surely I said, right, okay, I can't carry on like this. I'm going to need to drop a few things. So I think I dropped one of my clinics. I had to stop, and I dropped a few classes, and a few clients, as the personal training clients started stopping, I didn't renew their programs.
Yeah.
And then one day, I was working with a coach, and she knew of somebody. She was doing a teleseminar. She had this guy on, and he was talking about doing a weight loss program. So I thought, weight loss, I'm not really into it, but you know what? I'll go on his program so I get myself educated for my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And on that program, he was talking about stress. And I was like, okay, stress could be one of the major factors of weight gain. Okay, cool, I get that. And then he was going through symptoms of stress, and he was saying, yes, stress can indicate that you get brain fog, you can't make decisions, you feel really low on energy, you get adrenal fatigue, and all these things, all these symptoms he was reeling off. I was like, hold on a minute, I've got that. I've got that. I've got all the symptoms he's going through, and I was relating to each and every one of them. I was like, and then at the end, he said to me, he said, all of these lead to burnout. And I was like, oh, that's me. But then I shut it down. And for 3 months, I was in denial. I was in denial.
Gosh.
Even though I followed him, I was in denial. I was like, no, burnout. No, I remember they were talking about this when I first entered the industry. I said, this can't be me. No, I'm strong, I'm fit. No, this burnout. No, that's not me. I've seen people who burn out. I've seen instructors who burn out, and I don't look like those people, because when I saw instructors who had burnt out, they were awful. I'm telling you, it was like they were the living dead, and it was like, why are you coming to teach a class? You know, and I thought, I'm nowhere not like that. So I still followed this guy. His name Steve. He's changed his name since, and. And then he kept going on.
Actually, just acknowledging Nikki. She just put up a comment to say hi.
I can see. Hi, Nikki.
You can see it, yeah. Hi, Nikki. If anybody's actually watching, just have a little break. Just don't just hold your word, yeah. If anyone's watching this, you can come into the show if you want to. Come into the chat room and have a chat with Lillian and myself, and go live yourself on the platform so we can all see you and you can ask your questions. The link for this is in the Live Authentic group post. So go to the Live Authentic group and you'll see a link there. You can just click on that and you can come into the group. And then you're in the green room, and then I'll let you in when we get a gap. So so hi, Nikki, again. Anyway, Lillian, carry on. Sorry to cut you there because
that's okay. So I carried on following this guy, Steve Jack, and I loved what he taught all about nutrition and everything. And I thought, my goodness, I'm not even doing half of this stuff. And then still he was talking about this burnout issues and things like that. And I said to him, I plucked up the courage and I said to him, listen, some of the symptoms that you talked about on your webinar, I think I've got them. I think I might be burning out. So he said, well, let's have a look at it, you know. And it's one of those things that you feel really ashamed about, because you're seen, you know, when you're teaching people, you're seen as the epitome of health. You know, you show up, you rock up, teacher classes, etc. But here you are internally, you're run down, you're fatigued, you're everything that, you know, you're doing everything that you wouldn't advise your clients to do. So we looked into it, and then he got me on a great nutritional program which actually helped to heal me. That was like my first step in the healing process from burnout. And then I started working with another coach around food management, and then around stress management as well, on how to manage my time. And then from there, it was about me actually being wise in terms of how I started running my business, what I actually wanted to do. Am I in alignment to do what I'm doing? Because what I notice now, and I've taught this to like I said, I taught for my previous mentors company, teaching health, fitness, wellness professionals, and some of them who came into her business as burnt out, you know, instructors, therapists, etc. And the number one thing I always said to them was, are you aligned to be doing this business? Because there are many people, as we know in the industry, whether it's, you know, personal development, whatever, who are not aligned. They are not aligned, and they are burning out, but they are pushing through. They want to succeed, either because they've got a coach on their back telling them, you know, you've got to scale higher, you've got to achieve more, or they've got it ingrained in them that this is what I've got to achieve. If I don't achieve it, then I'm a failure, or I've let my children down, or I've let my family down. There's this belief that if
Mm-hmm.
I don't achieve this, then I've failed. And
Mm-hmm.
it's driving them to the wall. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are many people who are burnt out and they feel
Yeah.
ashamed. They feel guilty of holding their hand up and saying, you know what? I
Yeah.
came in because I wanted to complete a business, uh, create a business for myself and a lifestyle
Yeah.
for myself, but I can't do it. It's too hard. I need
Yeah.
help. And many, particularly women, many
Mm-hmm.
women are suffering in silence.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is what I created the my business soul shift signature program about, because getting back to the actual basics of your commitments, your values, your core desires, and being in alignment with your what you want to achieve with your business and your life. So we always start
Yeah.
there when I'm coaching business people. It's like start there, the foundation, and then create the plan, the strategy, and then do the action. Take the take the empowered action to achieve what you're going to achieve. Because so many times
Mm,
when I was starting with the strategy and going forward, and coaches, as we do, we push people, to do
mm,
that little bit extra. And every time
mm,
they get, to a point, it's like, okay, well, really, we need to step right back. So now I
yeah.
start my program with the start from the core, and who you are, why you're here, what you're about, and
Mm,
then we go forward to the planning. You're so right, so true. And this is all about getting to know yourself and being you in your business as well. It's like,
exactly.
you know, so what pitfalls did you come across in terms of trying to be you, and not you're not actually following somebody else's path and system and accreditation with
Uh-huh.
this. You've got lots of bits of different accreditation to make up you. So was there any kind of challenge around like branding yourself and getting yourself out there as you?
Um, Not really, no, because I believe I was, and I still do it in a unique way.
Mm,
Um, because you could have someone who, say her name is Sally, and she may be a personal trainer and do massage, but she would do
mm,
hers in a completely different way to how I do mine. And I think because I work intuitively as well, so I don't just look at people on the outset of, oh, this is an individual and this is their pain or whatever. But I listen to what they're saying, but I kind of delve deeper than that. Um, I don't necessarily use NLP directly, but maybe indirectly, as well as cognitive behavioral therapy, all these therapies that I learned as
yeah.
a personal development coach. But they kind of come into play on their own. But more intuitively is about, okay, I can hear what you're saying, but I'm listening to what your body is telling me. So that is where the intuitiveness comes in. So I would work completely different from, say, Sally would work completely
Hmm.
different. So
Yeah.
how I package myself and how I present myself really depends on what platform I'm presenting on or who I'm speaking to. And it's more about getting to know the individual, really,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
as well as knowing what it is that they want to fix, if you get what I mean. So in
Yeah.
terms of branding myself, it's just a case of me saying, well, this is who I am and this is what I do. If this sounds like it's something that you need, then let's have a
Hmm.
chat. So
This is
um
very 21st century, because a lot of, especially the millennials who are coming through and using social media and using all the various platforms, that's exactly what
mm,
they do in terms of the branding. This is what I'm about. I'm just being me, and these are the
mm,
things I'm interested in. And by the way, I've got this to sell or that to sell, or this is what I do. And everybody's
mm,
got their own little sort of little broadcasting unit, that rather
mm,
than going with the crowd, I'm an accountant, or I'm a fitness trainer. They're branding
mm,
themselves, and this is what I'm interested in. And people are aligning with you, the
mm,
individual, because they want to work with you.
yeah.
In a story, because so many people can do what you do, but
Hmm.
they want to work with you because of you. There's
Yeah,
a energetic, or I don't know, spiritual connection with the person.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And also, I realized in my earlier years, I always wrestled with, well, how am I going to combine the nutrition with the massage and the fitness and the this and the that? Because I had so many elements coming in, and some of the coaches themselves who coached me didn't even know how to piece it all together, let alone myself.
Mm,
So, but when I realized I dropped one area and tried to pick up on another area, it just wouldn't flow. I wouldn't be in flow at all. And like I said, it's not until now that I've come back to utilizing my gift wholly that I could see how everything could come holistically together,
Yeah,
effortlessly,
yeah,
without me thinking, all right, I need that bit now and then I need that bit and trying to fit it all in.
yeah,
It was meant to be fitted in as such, but it was
yeah.
meant to be, okay, this is the person I have in front of me. What
Mm-hmm.
is it
Yeah,
that they require?
yeah,
Okay, we need to take them from point A to B. Okay, what are the tools that I can start to input along the way? So even though I have my set program, each person is different. How I structure it is different from one
yeah.
person to the other. So when someone, before they would say, oh, you need to have your program structured this way, or you need
Mm-hmm.
to do that. I can't do that. I
No.
cannot. I'm a round peg that fits into, or a square peg that fits into a round hole. It just doesn't. I've tried it
Yeah.
so many times, and I've got to the point where I'm like, you know what, Lillian, just be you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And the people that you're working with aren't, they're individuals as well. They're not all the same. So you're
No,
totally in alignment with your client every single time. It's like, you're reading them,
exactly.
you're getting to know them. And
Yeah,
yeah, that is why you're being successful with what you do. So yeah.
yeah.
And your
That's
God-given gift is just channeling through you because you've got all the
exactly that.
qualifications and everything all within the one person, which is brilliant.
Exactly. You said it beautifully, Jennifer. Because we can get caught in the trap as business owners that, okay, we're taught how to create our ideal client, and
Hmm.
and the person's got to come to you a certain way, or this has
Hmm.
got to happen a certain way. And having worked with two epic coaches during last year, their ethos is about, well, have no expectations, take your hands off and just see
Hmm.
what's in front of you, invite what's in front of you, and just tune in and then
Yeah,
flow from there. Because I
yeah,
was so used to everything being structured, it had to look a certain way. And if it didn't, then it
yeah,
was kind of out of the box.
yeah.
But now it's just like you welcome people in and you're like, okay, well, let's see how we can connect, and let's see
Mm,
if actually I am the right person to be working with you. Because in some cases,
fabulous.
we're not. And that's another pitfall with business. I used to think of, okay, once I've got the client in, I'm holding on to them for life. That's it. And I've got to book them in for 100 sessions, regardless of whether they need fixing or not. I'll find something.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 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 exactly. So talking about people connecting with you, how can people connect with you? I've got your email on the screen there for if anybody wants to, but is there any other way, and is there for example, if I've got a problem, what's the first step?
Uh,
I've emailed you, what happens then?
So the first step, yeah, email me, and then you get booked in for a free consultation over the phone, or you could come and see me in person for a free consultation and or assessment as well. Okay.
Hmm.
And for a majority of people, when they're in pain, that's what they like someone to physically see face to face. But for
Yeah,
some people, if they're far away from where I'm based, then a telephone consultation. Because for me, I say half the healing process is actually talking to somebody who can listen to you, number one, who listens
yeah,
to you, and they understand what it is that you're going through.
yeah,
Because not every therapist or professional understands what you're going through, and
yeah,
they don't listen either, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We know
So
this.
you would be booked in for that, and then depending upon how we connect and how, if I'm the best person to help you, then we would normally start off with some type of therapy, whether it's massage or fitness or training or exercise
Hmm.
therapy, because I also use
Hmm.
clinical Pilates as well. And then I do a 4-week program called Feel Better and Feel Pain Free.
Hmm.
And that includes that's either exercise therapy alone or exercise therapy and massage therapy. And
Right.
then that's every week I see you, and then I'm taking you from where you are now to where you
Hmm.
want to be. So
Fantastic.
that's the starting
Fantastic.
blocks. But I have other programs as well, but it solely depends on the need of the person at the time.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously, as you say, you assess that as you go
Mm,
along from the point of connection. So fantastic. So, right. Right. In terms of your journey, okay,
mm.
what's the one mistake that you wish you'd never made? Like you just think, okay, you know what? If I knew better, I would not have done it like this. I would, you know, uh, please, I was
Goodness.
so stupid. Or maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't. Maybe it's only me.
Oh my goodness. A one mistake. See, I'm a firm believer that we never make mistakes,
Okay, yeah,
that everything happens for a reason.
yeah,
Even though it may seem like it was a mistake.
yeah.
Um, my goodness.
Yeah,
Let
because
me
I believe
think.
I believe that the mistakes, apparent mistakes, are actually lessons. Because there's,
Yes.
and the bigger the thing that you're trying to achieve, like, say, for example, if you wanted to, have a business empire, or you wanted a big beautiful home, or you wanted loads of money, it's like the
Mm,
universe is saying, okay, well, because you want X and it's so huge, you are not actually ready in your mind
mm,
and body and spirit and whatever to actually cope with that specific thing that you're going for. Yes, I'll give it to you,
mhm.
but if I give it to you now, you lose it, or you break it, or something would happen. So we're
Yeah.
going to take you on this journey around here, so you can learn something, and then you'll be able to grow, and then you'll be able to manage
Exactly.
what I'm trying to give you. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't, you know what? I can't think of any, I can't. Everything for me has been a lesson. My journey,
Fantastic.
I've enjoyed the 18 years, even
Yeah,
the burnout.
yeah,
I mean, at first when I burnt out, it was like, oh my goodness, I don't want anybody to know about this, and shame, shame, shame.
yeah,
And I would have said, oh, my biggest mistake would have been taking on too many classes, or, doing this course, or taking on that client. And, you know, I could have said that, but looking back, I can see each and every one of those lessons as a lesson.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for me,
Yeah, I'm a firm
it's
believer
no
of that as
mistake.
well. I mean, it took years to get to that point where I believed a
Mm,
mistake was a lesson. It gets to a point
yeah.
where you get awakened and you think, oh no, this is happening to me for some particular reason. So, yeah, just bear with it. It will all work out. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So, if there's one piece of advice that you'd like to leave our viewers with right now, in
Uh-huh.
terms of being you in your business, because this is all
Hmm.
about being authentic and
Mm.
doing what you love. So what piece of advice would you give anybody viewing?
Anyone viewing about being you authentically in your business, I would say really be dirt honest with yourself. Journal on this if you need to, but just you and you, and say to yourself, am I truly showing up as my true self, or am I hiding aspects of my life in my
Mm-hmm.
business?
Mm-hmm.
One beautiful thing that my past mentor said to us said, if you were to be put on the front pages of the newspaper tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
think of the worst thing that you would not want to be revealed. And
Whoa.
he said, if that is on the front of the newspaper tomorrow and you want to hide that, he said, then you're not ready to be in business.
Okay.
Because how can we be authentically open to people if we're hiding stuff ourselves?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when he said that, and I was like, oh my goodness, what have I got in the closet? I was like, what have I done in my past that I'd be
Oh
ashamed,
my God.
I'd be ashamed of,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
took us on a journey of slowly starting, even if it was to reveal it to yourself in your journal, or even
Yeah.
speak it to yourself, that, oh my goodness, I remember when I did this. Say, for example, I slept with this person and
Yeah.
my ex-boyfriend doesn't know, or,
Yeah.
I had an abortion 10 years
Yeah.
ago and nobody knows,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you've buried that deep, deep, deep,
Yeah. Yeah.
that can stifle you in your business. It can
Absolutely.
it can make you feel tense because there's this tension around it that, oh my goodness, if this got out, I would be
Yeah.
finished, type of
You are
thing. Whereas
so.
we should be free in
Yeah.
ourselves that, yeah, okay, I did this.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
And I've
It's part
reached
of my
that stage
journey.
now where I know most things. I've emptied out most things. I mean, if people were friends with me on Facebook or whatever, they see how authentic I am.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
I've
share
been
things
reading.
openly,
Yeah.
things that I go through, what I've been through. And it's because of that, what he said. And I was like, oh my goodness. And up to that time, I was kind of like, cover this over. No, nobody should know this, or, you know, that I'm skint, that my business failed, or my business,
Yeah,
you know, last year I wasn't making any money, and this, that, and
yeah,
the other, because no, woe is me type of thing. But
yeah.
it's life. We're all human at the end of the day, you
Absolutely.
know?
There's always a connection with somebody who can connect with your story. I mean, and this is exactly what I do
Exactly.
with my clients as well. It's like, and being an EFT practitioner as well, you usually find along the way somewhere there's some kind of hidden subconscious thing that needs to be revealed and brought out and
Mm-hmm.
looked at and examined and dissipated with the EFT, which is why I use it, and it's so powerful within my work. You know, that's why I love it so much. It's incredible, and everybody's got something that they're hiding. We can't get through life
Yeah,
from being a clean,
exactly.
beautiful canvas baby with no, you know, just being curious and spontaneous and happy and, you
Uh-huh.
know, just, yeah. And on the way, we're hit with all these traumatic events that happen, and then we hide them and
Yeah,
cover them and everything, and then we wonder why, as adults, that we can't function properly and we can't be fully self-expressed.
exactly.
So yeah, the work that we
Exactly.
do is peeling off all of these kind of things, and we need to do it for
Mm,
ourselves as well as practitioners. So yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I've revealed so many things over the years on my blogs and, you know, in Facebook,
Mm,
and, you know, my challenges with, you know, my children and what's going on, and yeah.
mm.
So yeah, being you, and then at the end of the day, it frees you up. It just frees you.
Does
Yeah, just as you're saying.
massively.
Yeah, it's just nobody can. There's no, you know, nobody can hold me to ransom for anything.
Yeah.
Bring it on. You know, whatever you want to say, yep, I'll face that, or I'll, you know, I'll deny that if it's a lie, because I know it's
Mm,
to be a lie, or it's the truth.
yeah.
Yes, it's the truth. I'll hold my hand up to it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's all been out there and revealed. So yeah. So yeah, well done you with all of this. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show as well, because I've been watching your posts and your articles and everything for, it's got to be months and months and months and months in all sorts of different
Wow.
groups and everything. There she is again, there she is again, there she is again. And I read the stuff and think, oh my God, this is just so true. And I've been there and I've done that. And I just, oh my gosh, this is so. And then I see you in this group now that and I think, you know what, this is my plan and I'd love to have you. And you've been an amazing guest. So thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you for
for
having
your
me.
time on this. Yeah, fantastic. So what I'll do now is I'll post your email, website, and everything in the comments so that people
Sure.
can see. And if I manage to get this on YouTube, which is the plan, my YouTube channel, somehow, I'll put all your information in there as well so people can actually connect with you, so they can get some healing and relief from the pain and enjoy your beautiful, loving spirit, your personality and everything, and
Oh,
be in your light as well. So yeah, that would be really good. So thank you so
thank
much.
you.
And anybody who's looking, if you're watching the replay, please leave your comments. I'm sure that Lillian will answer them. If you've got questions, I'll answer questions if you know you've got questions for me, and any comments that come up and show up. Because at the moment, I can't see anything. I can't see where they're supposed to happen. Um, but I'll get used to this platform at some point. But it's been really good. At least I've managed to get through this week, and people can hear us,
Yay!
and it's amazing. Yeah. Fabulous, Lillian. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you real soon. Anybody who's watching, all
Yes.
my fans, all our fans, please keep being you, being strong, keep going, and you know, we're here to make the world a better place. So goodbye
Yeah.
for now, and remember, next week we're going to be back with another new guest on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. UK. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Fabulous. Great. Press end broadcast. Fabulous. There you go.